it has that level of exclusivity, and they want to be known, but they still want, as I mentioned before, that certain level of an understated tone. So instead of a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce, this is a product that has a story behind it, and a story of substance that they can kind of communicate when they drive up, and they can still feel like they're delivering and provided a premium experience and feel right at the country club or at the yacht club, the case may be. Yes.
I know that performance wagons are kind of the final frontier for luxury automakers in the U.S., but with Cadillac offering the CTS-V wagon now, does Audi think there might be a business case for bringing the RS6 Avant over here?
We very much believe in the Avant or wagon marketplace. I mean, it still holds a very strong place for the A6 and the A4 within our product portfolio. We still know U.S. consumers have a tremendous demand for larger vehicles, and that's why the Q7 has been such a success story and why we brought the Q5, and we have such low day supply overall on that. So we know that performance-oriented drivers who want that additional space, we want to continue to provide that offering, and what we continue to dabble with are there performance lines and other variants that we can bring to that lineup, but can't confirm at this point that we're going to be bringing certain model variants, but we still see it as very viable here in the U.S. market. So, yes?
From looking at your charts, it's kind of clear who you see as your competitors. Do you see Cadillac, Lincoln, or even Hyundai with Equus and Genesis as competitors now or in the future?
Well, as is everything that I've kind of spoken with today, we've tried to keep a laser targeted focus, whether it is our long-term goals, whether it's our change in our media strategy. You can start to look at a variety of different competitors coming after you. You can start to look at a variety of different media choices and a variety of different paths down a specific path to a goal. We've been very consistent in our focus, and I think that there are certainly brands within those franchises. Certainly like Cadillac, we've seen a tremendous turnaround for that brand over the course of the last couple of years. And it's not that we negate them as a competitor, but we also see who our consumers, and that's how we develop some of our competitive framework for who we're focused on, who are our consumers actually putting on their shopping lists when it comes to consideration. And Cadillac just simply hasn't been there as much. And I think brands like Hyundai have had also tremendous success story, great new designs with their products like the Sonata and the Tucson and others, and I think that they're making that formidable move forward, just as was mentioned with the Phaeton, into that more of that luxury space. But I think we kind of have to keep our eye on the radar for who are those premium brands globally, and they continue to be a Mercedes-Benz and a Lexus, and here, or a Mercedes-Benz and a BMW, and here in the U.S., Lexus. And so it's not to say that we disqualify those competitors, but we want to make sure that we're focused on where our consumers are focused.
I remember the Fox, although it's probably best forgotten.
Yes.
But is there any small car plans, an A2 or an A3?
Well, we have the A3 offering now underneath the A4, and we offer that in the TDI. And those continue to do very well here in the U.S. market. We have a whole host of products overseas that are constantly being evaluated and considered for the U.S. market, but at this point, the A3 and the A3 TDI are our low-end offerings here in the U.S. Yes?
Aren't you going to have to start offering a significant number of small cars to meet CAFE standards? Your product lineup is I think, fanciful considering what CAFE is going to do to large cars,
Well,
performance cars.
Well, one thing we didn't talk too much about today is all of our 2.0 T variants that are offered across the A5, and the Q5, and in the A4, and in the A3. I mean, those are, that 4-cylinder turbo engine has been really helpful in getting us much closer to the goals that we need to meet those CAFE standards moving forward. There are a whole host of other products being evaluated in the portfolio, others that are offered overseas that very well may come into the Audi franchise here in the U.S. But that 4-cylinder engine is being sold in strong numbers because those 4-cylinder turbos are very competitive with a lot of our competitors' V6s when you look at off-the-line performance, low-end torque, and so forth. So we've seen a lot of success with those, And certainly that is something we're all too aware of as we get to those goals in the long term. What are the other things that we're going to need to be considering? I mentioned before the Q5 hybrid is going to be part of our lineup moving forward. So we're looking at the solutions that are right for today, and TDI Clean Diesel fills that and helping with that. And certainly products like the Q5 hybrid will play a role in that as we move forward in other variants as well.
So let's make a couple of points too. Audi's looking at a whole range of issues to address the CAFE challenge, both here and in Europe, as well as emissions. In Europe, where they're more focused on CO2. A couple things though that are of interest. A couple years ago, if you talked about the luxury segment, you would not have really thought about four-cylinder engines, and we were really leading the way in terms of getting maximum performance out of a four-cylinder, so that people don't really notice it's a 4 or 6 that dramatically, like we might have a few years ago. We're also expanding the use of an 8-speed transmission through a number of our products, so that helps with efficiency. And a good example is when the 2011 A8 comes out in November, it will have the 4.2-liter V8 will have roughly the same fuel economy as the S-Class hybrid. So Audi is really focusing a lot on lightweighting the cars with aluminum and other materials, and things like more efficient transmissions, and really getting good performance out of smaller engine sizes too. So you're going to see a bit more of that. Longer term, there's going to be a lot of issues for everybody. Audi's really committed to working on electric vehicles. They're going to start a new demonstration project in Munich. And interesting thing with that, we talked about China earlier. Audi's sort of accelerated its electric vehicle development because the Chinese government is so big in the infrastructure and electric vehicles. So that's adding further momentum to getting some solutions to electrics, where maybe in the past you might have seemed a little daunting technologically. So the company's working on a lot of fronts. Still want to stay in that top end of the luxury market there.
Any other questions?
Is your only diesel the four-cylinder? You have a V6 diesel? You have a diesel bigger than the two?
For the Q7.
Does it have to have that urea injection system?
Yes.
Yeah. And frankly, that's one of the concerns with bringing a lot more diesels quickly, because you have to fit that urea packaging system into an existing platform. So that adds a little complication to, you can't just bring cars from Europe where they have all sorts of diesel engines. You have to bring that into these California emission standards.
Is it true that EPA essentially exempts a 2-liter diesel from the injection?
Yeah. The A3 does not have it, or the Jetta does not have it.
But when you get above that,
Yeah, the larger ones have to have it for the emissions issues.
Let's wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you, Loren. Meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming.